The Urban Farmer, powered by Organics Limited. We're still at Jess DeBoer's house from Barefoot Soulutions, and today I learn about how bees communicate. If you look at this, that is an amazing piece of architecture. Natural architecture, eh?
It's been a bit squashed, but yes.
Beautiful. All right, and now this is not where the honey is.
No, I have something I made earlier, which I didn't at all. This is now your beautiful honeycomb. And you can see there that this is also connected to the frames on top of the beehive. It's a similar hive or hexagonal shape, but instead of it being filled with an egg and a young bee, it's filled with honey.
This is all honey.
This is pure honey. It is not nectar. Honey is condensed nectar.
Okay.
But you can see there's a very thin wax cap.
Okay, wait. Honey is condensed nectar.
Yes. Nectar is produced by the flower. It is part of their pollination device. They want their pollen, their sexual genes to be spread, and they do that by attracting the bees by producing nectar.
And when would the bees use honey?
Their bees eat two things. They
Okay.
eat pollen, which is their protein, which they use to produce the young bees
Okay.
and feed the young bees, and they use nectar or honey, which is the carbohydrate.
Right.
My favorite story of nectar and honey is when a bee finds a good nectar source. So let's say a bush has just come into flower and there's a lot of nectar. It's the flower is saying, hey, I'm ready to be pollinated. One may land on that bush and be like, this is good source. I'm happy. There's a lot of nectar to go around. I'm going to go back and tell my sisters to come and help me. She'll take a sample, she'll fill up her honey stomach, and they'll fill that up with nectar, and then it sloshes around with all the enzymes as she flies home. And then she'll get into her hive, and it wouldn't be very good if, she didn't tell anyone. So
Yeah.
she will then emit a noise, like a piping noise. It's like a pipe. That's like a come hither, ladies, like come listen.
Yeah.
I've got a story to share. And what she'll do, she needs to communicate that this food source is exactly where it is. So what she'll do is after she's emitted her
Beep,
piping,
beep.
pipe,
Yeah, pipe.
her noise, she'll then draw the attraction of the other bees, and she'll then do something called a waggle dance, which is a figure of 8 movement on the surface of the comb that communicates the direction and the distance of the hive to the food source. So she'll dance, and the bees watching will be like, okay, so you're doing it, and it's all in the direction of the sun. If the food source is over there, she'll do the dance in that direction. If it's over there, that direction. The other bit of that story is that the bees have then obviously got to decide who to listen to, and if they're interested in one because it's very close and all of that, so they will ask for some of the sample of this nectar source.
So the other bee throws it up.
So the other
they
bee
taste it.
will bring it up, and she'll carefully give it, and then it's up to that bee to decide. If now one bee has been dancing, but the other bees have been looking at another bee, and let's say 2 hours, 3 hours have passed, and then the bees looking now come back to the original dancer, saying, okay, now we're ready because we've used up all. That bee will then dance, but will adjust the direction
to the sun.
According to the sun.
Oh, wow.
And now this is in a black
That's
hive.
a proper GPS, eh?
They've got 3 GPSs on their heads, 3 sun eyes, and that's how they coordinate their way home.
All right, one last question for you. What is this made up of? Is this also beeswax, like you said?
That's beeswax, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, also produced very much like that. It'll be empty at first, and then slowly they'll fill it up with nectar that they then dehydrate.
Okay.
And it becomes, this is concentrated nectar. And the bees know when to cap it, and that is the only food source in the whole world that doesn't go off. When it's capped like that, it will not go off.
That's quite interesting. But do you get like bees when you get your honey out?
If we sat here long enough, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
We'd get we'd get bees.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
bees coming for this now, eh?
They're around. They're around.
Okay, let's close it.
Let's close it.
then.
Let's close it. I want a sandwich.
Next time, I find out that bees are the medicine women of the insect world. Can they really help with curing a cold?
Is it bee poo?
No,
Looks like it.
don't listen.